It's almost time to rally in the valley. But first, it's the Matsu Miners pregame show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Harmon Brothers Fields. I am Emma Tiedemann alongside Austin Pollock for today's doubleheader between the Matsu Miners and the Peninsula Oilers. Have a doubleheader with 2 games of 7 innings tonight. Matsu Miners on a 5-win win streak coming into this game, and on the mound is Tyler Stubblefield in the first game for the Miners. And after another big win last night at Chugiak, the Miners won 14-3 over the Chinooks. Coming into this game, another ABL League game, but the Miners have never seen the Oilers, and this will be an interesting matchup between, it will be, I think, mostly pitching, between Tyler Stubblefield and the pitcher for the Oilers, Dallas DeVries. DeVries coming in through 19 innings pitched, gave up 15 hits, 3 runs, 1 of those earned, 3 walks, and 17 strikeouts with an ERA of .47. Stubblefield, on the other hand, through 11 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 9 hits, 2 runs, both of those were earned, 6 walks, 15 strikeouts with an ERA of 1.54. So I think that this might be a pitching duel between the two teams. Austin, what are you looking for?
No, I want to see what happens with Tyler Stubblefield. I think he's going to have a great game. Something that's so good for him is he's so loose on the mound. He doesn't seem to let anything bother him. I think he always imagines there really aren't any runners on base and just tries to go out there and just attack the strike zone. And that's what he does just so well. And I want to see if the bats can keep it up, especially Cam Newell. He had 6 RBIs last night and leads the league, the ABL, in pretty much every offensive category, batting average, home runs, and actually I think he's tied for first in home runs. And then he leads the ABL with 20 RBIs. This is a very special bat there for the Miners, and he's in the number 3 hole tonight in right field. And, hey, I think if he can play well in Game 1, I think he's going to start again in Game 2. And, hey, he had a grand slam last night. He has done no wrong for the Miners.
Definitely, and I think I kind of like him in that 3rd hole behind Frost and Panachone. Frost usually is able to get on base. Same with Panachone. Frost and Panachone both have 11 RBIs on the season. And then Newell is able to make sure that those runs that are already on the bases, whether it be Frost, Panachone, or someone on the bottom of the order that's still on the base path, to get in. I mean, it's just insane. You know, Newell just steps up there and does what he needs to do to help this team. And the 20 RBIs show it with 4 home runs, 3 doubles. No triples yet, but I mean, I think he's quick enough to get that triple. But I'm very interested in this lineup tonight because Frost, Panachone have 11 RBIs apiece, 20 for Newell. Then Senzel with 12, coming in with a home run in each of the past 3 games. So 3 home runs total in the season for Senzel, with 3 doubles and a triple. And then Rogers, who's batting in the 9th position tonight, has 8 RBIs with 4 doubles. So this team, this Miners team, when it comes to batting, they're very good with people on base. They can bat them in. They can score runs. That's not a problem for them. But I think that tonight it might be a little bit different, seeing a new pitcher on the mound, and DeVries for the Oilers seems, just looking at his stats, seems like a very, very strong pitcher.
Well, the key against Dallas DeVries is, I mean, he's had 3 starts. 1 was against the Bucks, and in that start, that was against a league opponent. The other 2 were against non-league teams. So that's actually what the broadcast team for the Oilers had said to me before the game, that, you know, it's still a little early for the Oilers to see what kind of season they're going to have. They're from Kenai, which is about 4 hours south of here. So it's not that easy to travel and play the rest of the teams in the ABL. It's not as easy like it is for the Miners. So that's why they had a lot of those non-league games early on. And, I mean, they've played 7 conference games. They were 3-2 in a recent trip in Anchorage against the Bucks. And they're 12-5 overall on the season. The Miners 12-4. So these 2 teams are very, very good, but for the Miners it's the offense, and I think maybe more so for the Oilers it's the pitching. And of course Dallas DeVries, he's their number 1 guy right now with an ERA under 1. And come on, you know when you send a pitcher like that to the mound, he's going to have a good game. But it's against this Matsu Miners offense, which is explosive.
So after 3 games at Chugiak, I think that this might be a little bit closer than what we've kind of been used to seeing between the Chinooks and the Miners. And I don't know, kind of in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, the Miners have played the Chinooks so many times, and so many times so recent. I don't know if that they're used to this level of playing that the Oilers might come out with, especially this pitching. We've seen the Miners time and time again just light up these Chinook pitchers, and so now they're going to face Dallas DeVries, and we might see them struggle early on, but I think as we get through the game more in the later innings, like 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th, and they get more at bats and they're used to DeVries, I think that the Miners might seem like they're going to start off slow in the first couple innings, but then I think that they'll be their usual comeback team and save it all for their last couple at bats.
Yeah, something I really focus on going into this game is will the offense keep it going against DeVries? He's just such a good pitcher, but something else is something I kind of put together. I think about a lot of things going into a game, and for this one, it's the fact that the Oilers went 3-2 in 5 games against the Bucks. The Miners 0-2 in 2 games against the Bucks. So, I kind of just tend to put those things together and think, all right, what is it tonight? What needs to happen? Do the bats need to be there? Does the pitching need to be there? In this game, I think it's both.
Definitely. And before we get things started down on the field at Herman Brothers, quickly run through the lineup first for the Miners. Cameron Frost leading things off in center field. Paul Panachone in the second spot, playing shortstop. Cam Newell batting third, playing in right field. Matthew Decker out of Stanford, playing first base in the 4th spot. In the 5th is Brandon Smith, the left fielder. Nick Senzel batting 6th, playing at second base again tonight. Nick Blazer batting 7th as the designated hitter. Josh Meyer behind the plate tonight doing the catching. Batting 8th and batting 9th is Jordan Rogers at third base.
Now, you may have heard Emma say that the 4th batter for the Miners is Matthew Decker. Get used to that, folks. Matthew Decker. We were calling him Matt, but believe it or not, there is a new addition to the Miners, and his name is also Matt Decker. He's a left-handed pitcher from Incarnate Word. He is gonna. Emma, what do you think? I'm gonna call the new Matt Decker. I'm gonna call him Matt, and I'm gonna call the old Matt Decker Matthew.
Yeah, and I'll probably call the Matt Decker that's been here Stanford's Matt Decker, or Stanford's Matthew Decker.
You know what? I'm actually going to make this easier for all of our listeners. Matt Decker, who we've been calling Matt Decker, will still be Matt Decker. The new pitcher, he will be Matthew Decker. So maybe it sounds like there's a new player, even though there is, but maybe it's not as hard. Just so when you hear Matt Decker, you know I'm talking about Stanford's Matt Decker.
And it looks like things are getting started down at Herman Brothers. We'll take you into the action. And first pitch starts at about 7 minutes. Stick with us.
From Tennessee, Jordan Rogers. And ladies and gentlemen, your starting pitcher from Texas A&M. Please welcome number 50, Tyler Stubblefield. Hey, don't forget, wheelbarrow of booze raffle tickets at the Beer Shack. Get your tickets in there. The Alaska Railroad and Operation Lifesaver would like to remind our friends and neighbors when approaching a railroad crossing, always expect a train. Look, listen, and live. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd ask you to please stand. Remove your head cover. And please welcome from Country Cuts, Melissa, to present our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets, the red glare our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hey,
With championships in 2004, 2007, 2009, and 2010, the Miners are looking to bring a title back to the Matsu Valley.
This is the longest championship drought in 10 seasons.
8 former Miners selected in the 2014 MLB draft, and head coach Ben Taylor is back for another season of baseball in the Valley.
Here we go. Matsu Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network.
2-0 pitch swung on, lifted to center field. Charging is Frost. Frost makes a diving catch. What a play by the center fielder.
Sent out to deep right, going back is James Navant at the wall. He will watch it go.
High fly ball down the third base side, going back for it. It's at the wall. Smith rounds first, heads to second, and it's in there standing for a leadoff double.
Here's the pitch. Swing, a high fly ball out to deep left. Back goes Adam Manser. It's gone! A grand slam, and the Miners walk off with the win. Johnny Loker, welcome to the Valley.
And now, the voice of the Miners, Austin Pollock and Emma Tiedemann on the call right now.
Thank you, Hunter Simmons. We are live in Palmer, Alaska at Herman Brothers Field. Just a beautiful afternoon for a doubleheader between the Matsu Miners and the Peninsula Oilers. I'm Austin Pollock. Emma Tiedemann, my right. As always, boy, just a hit attack. Last night in Chuyak, the Miners come out on top 14-3. They are now 12-4 overall, and they get their first look at the Oilers tonight. There's a lot going on with this team offensively as well as with the pitching. We saw a great outing from John Farindelli last night, and Cam Newell, 6 RBIs, and including a grand slam. This guy does it all.
That's so right. And, I mean, Newell playing in the DH spot last night just did an outstanding job. And just, I don't know. He has 20 RBIs now on the season. As you mentioned, 6 yesterday. I mean, this guy is awesome. Very consistent on the plate and very, very good at batting batters in.
So the Oilers, Jake Sandlin, Jordan Sanford, and Ethan McGill, they start things off here in the top of the first against Tyler Stubblefield, the left-hander from Texas A&M. Miners with green tops today.
Not blue.
Not blue.
Because they do not have blue tops.
They do not have blue. First pitch to Jake Sandlin is in there for a strike. Sandlin from Georgia College, 306, no home runs, and 9 RBIs. Stubblefield looks in, kicks, fires. Outside corner, Forrest called strike, 0-2. Interesting for the Oilers. Black tops with the blue letters and numbers, and the Oilers actually have their name stitched into the back of their jerseys. Very cool. 0-2 from Stubblefield. Line foul over by the Oilers' third base dugout.
That's red letters and numbering. You said it's blue again.
Oh my God.
You need to get checked out for color blindness.
I know. You know, I think it's because I was thinking about
The blue.
how great it was. I didn't say that the Miners are wearing blue tops. Lefty on lefty. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Slapped foul left side. Jake Sandlin was 3 for 4 and scored 2 runs in yesterday's game against the Bucks. The Oilers won 8-3. Scored 2 runs in the 8th inning. Stubblefield's 0-2. Outside, 1-2.
Cameron Frost playing kind of shallow into left center field. Huge gap in right center. He's playing a lot more shallow than we're used to seeing. Same with Smith out in left field.
Now we have maybe figured out there's a way for me to draw on the screen. We're going to look into that later. Sandlin sends one to left. Smith coming in. It'll fall in front of him, a base hit. Leadoff single for the Oilers with nobody out here in the top of the first. I'll bring up Jordan Sanford, the left fielder from East Tennessee State. 269, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs.
Left fielder number 23.
He is
Jordan
a
Sanford.
college teammate of Clint Freeman, who played for the Miners in 2012. Played on the Cape last summer, played for the Bourne Braves. Shows bunt, and it's high, and it goes over the glove of Josh Meyer to the backstop. Sandlin up to second base. Sanford was 1 for 3 with an RBI in last night's game against the Bucks. This is game 1 of 2 today between these two teams. Here's the 1-0 from Stubblefield. Shows bunt. It's ball 2, a little high. So the Oilers with the black top, red letters and numbers, and red helmets. Did I get all that right?
Yes.
Good. 2-0. High fly ball to center. Frost went back, now comes in a couple of steps, makes the catch, 1 away. I'll bring up Ethan McGill, the first baseman from Incarnate Word.
Let you know that today
1 for 5 with an RBI
his grandson's birthday.
yesterday
Happy
against
birthday,
the Bucks.
Gene
Excuse me,
Hinkle and his
it's the
grandson.
Pilots. I've been saying the Bucks the whole time. It's the Pilots. That's what happens when you have two teams.
First baseman number
In
28,
Anchorage.
Ethan McGill.
McGill 176, no home runs, 9 RBIs.
You say McGill goes to Incarnate Word. Is that the same Incarnate Word as our new Matthew Decker?
Matthew, yes. First pitch is a called strike. Yes, it is. I think there's only one. You know, we know that if there's 2 SUs. Johnny Loker and I had a discussion about this last night. There's Stanford, and then there's Syracuse. 0-1, little low, 1-1.
Did you figure out who was actually first, though? Which Stanford or Syracuse?
No, but I know it's Syracuse.
Feel confident about that?
I'm very confident. 1-1, lefty-lefty matchup. Stubblefield kicks, delivers. Called strike, right at the knees. 1-2.
You know, I was impressed. You were talking to Loker about that, and Loker just said, oh, well, Stanford was founded in 1891.
And I said I think Syracuse was 1892, but I might be off. You know, I forgot to check. 1-2 on McGill. Here's the pitch. Sent to left center. Frost coming in. Can't make a play. It's a single, and Sandlin at third base makes a wide turn, but stays there. So runners at the corners, 1 out for Miles Jones. Second hit of the inning for the Oilers. And 1 down.
Now batting cleanup for the Oilers. Third baseman number
Jones
2,
from Cal
Miles
State
Jones.
Bakersfield. 333, no home runs, 6 RBIs. He's wearing long sleeves, or at least his right arm is. Pitch is a called strike. 0-1.
It's beautiful here in Palmer. 70 degrees and sunny.
It's a little warm.
Not at all. Don't
Little-
listen to this northeasterner.
Little warm. 0-1 pitch. Shows bunt, drops it down. It's foul. And 0-2.
But if you think it's hot, they're playing with black jerseys.
Yeah, that's a little uncomfortable. I know yesterday it was warm and I was wearing a black shirt, and that was a little that was quite uncomfortable. I can tell you that. I felt uncomfortable. Innings 1 through 9. 0-2. Slap to the right, through the hole into right, a base hit. A run scores. It's 1-0 Oilers here in the top of the first. Back-to-back singles, third hit of the inning. Still 1 out, and that'll bring up Alex Rubanowitz, shortstop from UC Riverside.
And now up next,
7th RBI for
Oilers
Jones.
shortstop number 14, Alex Rabanowitz.
Now, Miles Jones on first base has 4 stolen bases. Stubblefield looks into his catcher, Josh Meyer, for the sign. Has it. Stubblefield sets, kicks, delivers, shows bunt, and it's foul again. Seen the Oilers show bunt a lot here early.
That's an aspect of the game we don't see a whole lot of here in well, really with any of the teams we've played so far. The Miners have played so far.
The Chinooks have tried, but they've struggled to get that ball down. Seen the Miners do it here and there. Rogers at third, Panachone at short, Senzel at second, Decker at first. Left to right, Brandon Smith, Cameron Frost, Cam Newell. Meyer doing the catching for Stubblefield. Here's the pitch. Foul back behind the Oilers' third base dugout. It's 0-2 with 1 out. No pregame profile today. Emma's a little upset about that because...
little camera malfunction.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, something's not right.
Still working on that.
We're working on it. Don't think we forgot. 0-2 on Rabanowitz. Stubblefield kicks. Here's his pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout for Tyler Stubblefield. There's 2 away in the top of the first. That'll bring up Jeff Paschke, the designated hitter from USC. 250, no home runs, 4 RBIs.
Ladies and gentlemen, designated hitter number 20, Jeff Paschke.
Stubblefield looks in. The catcher, Meyer. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1. As much as I'm not a fan of the warm weather, that's why Alaska was perfect for me. It's a beautiful day. 0-1 in the dirt, scooped up by Meyer, 1-1.
You know, for most people, 70 degrees is not warm.
We're at home. Our family likes the cold. Keep it around 66, 67. 1-1 on Paschke. Stubblefield kicks. Here's the pitch. Swing fouled off to the right. 1-2. Just a strike from getting out of a jam here. Runners at first and second, a run in for the Oilers. It's a little awkward to call them sometimes when you say Anchorage Pilots, a little low, 2-2. When you're talking about the Pilots, sometimes you want to say a run in for Anchorage already, but a run in for Peninsula sounds a little awkward.
Yeah.
They're from Kenai.
They are.
We could go with Kenai. 2-2. Called strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Tyler Stubblefield. That's his second of the afternoon. It's 1 run on 3 hits, 2 left on, and no errors as we head to the bottom half of the first on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Oilers strike first, a run in the top of the first. Miners coming up against Dallas DeVries. Lefty from Appalachian State, 1-0 with a 0.47 ERA. He started 3 games, 17 strikeouts in 19 innings. Last pitched on the 23rd. Cameron Frost steps in, first pitch swing, high fly ball to right. Josh Rose back a few steps at the track in front of the wall and makes the catch for the first out.
Last night's game against the Chinooks, Frost swung at the first pitch. Top of the order, first inning.
To the
The
right
same
side.
result.
Well, no, because he reached on third.
Oh, that's right. He had the triple, or the error.
It was an error, and had that been scored a triple, he would have hit for the cycle. Here's Paul Penichone. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. Paul, 7-game hit streak, 357 during the streak. Checks in at 313. Pitch swung on foul right side.
For the Miners, number 3, Paul.
No home runs, 11 RBIs. Was 2 for 4 and scored 3 runs against Chugiak yesterday. 0-2 from DeVries. Chopper to the left side. The shortstop Rubanowitz has it. Throws sidearm to first. 2 away. And here comes the bat that the Oilers need to worry about. That's Cam Newell from UC Santa Barbara. Was 3 for 6.
For the Matsu Miners, right
Had a
field,
grand slam
14,
and 6 RBIs against the Chinooks. He's first in average at 444. Tied for first in home runs with 4. And leads the ABL in RBIs with 20. He's 7 for his last 20 with 2 RBIs. First pitched a little high. Ball 1. 2 home runs and 9 RBIs in his last 20 at-bats. Batting from the left side against the lefty DeVries. Pitch low and away. Ball 2, 2-0. It's a battle of the southpaws with DeVries for the Oilers and Stubblefield for the Miners. Not a very big guy, DeVries. 2-0. Slider in there for a strike, 2-1. 6'2", at 180 pounds. Just finished his freshman year. He's from Illinois. 2-1 pitch to Newell. Outside, 3-1.
Outfield for the Oilers, playing straight away a little bit deep there in center field. That's Sandlin, the center fielder. Infield playing a little bit deep too. Rubanowitz and Hernandez on the outfield grass.
3-1, grounder to the right side. The first baseman, McGill, flips to DeVries. It's not in time. Good hustle by Cam Newell. It's an infield single. He stays hot. I'll bring out Matt Decker from Stanford, the first baseman. 273, a home run, 5 RBIs. Takes a deep breath as he steps into the box against DeVries. Miles Jones at third, Alex Rubanowitz at short. A.J. Hernandez, runner at first is off, no throw. And a stolen base for Cam Newell.
It looks like I was kind of worried there too because Cam Newell kind of looked like he hesitated for a second. And whenever you steal the base, you do not want to have any hesitation. And the catcher tonight, Zarate, just didn't throw it.
Newell on second base. Pitch was inside. It was a ball to Decker. Now runner in scoring position. Miners trail the Oilers 1-0.
And the Miners do not like to be down.
1-0 from DeVries. In the dirt. Scooped by Zarate. Newell danced off second base. It's about maybe a third of the way down. But he stays at second. Matt Decker is 4 for his last 14 with 3 extra base hits. A home run and 2 doubles. 2-0. Breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 2-1.
Matt Decker was supposed to be our pregame profile today. So as soon as we get the camera situation figured out, be sure to look for that on YouTube soon.
2-1. Pitch sent to right. That'll drop for a base hit. Ben Taylor waving Cam Newell. The throw in, the catch, the tag. He is out. Cam Newell tagged out at home trying to tie up the game at 1, but the Oilers still lead 1-0. It's no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. We're through 1. Oilers lead 1-0. We head to the second on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Cam Newell gunned down at home, trying to score the first run for the Miners. The Oilers still lead 1-0. We head to the second. Dallas DeVries, the lefty for the Oilers, pretty impressive in that first inning. Gave up 2 hits, no runs.
1, 2, 3 out there.
7, 8, and 9 for the Oilers. A.J. Hernandez, Drake Zarate, and Josh Rose against the lefty Stubblefield. First pitch. Chopper to left side. Rogers takes on a hop, throws across his body for out number 1. And I'll bring up Drake Zarate, the catcher from UC Riverside, 150, no home runs, 2 RBIs. A lot of lefties in this lineup for the Oilers.
A lot more than we're used to, definitely.
Well, the Miners, pretty much an all-lefty lineup. First pitch, and there's a strike. The Miners, right now, the only lefty in the lineup in Game 1 is Cam Newell. Everyone else is a right-hander. 0-1 pitch. Joe's bunt drops it down. Charging is Rogers. Takes it barehanded. Can't make a play. So Drake Zarate will reach. It's a single. Tough play for Rogers at third.
And it looked like Stubblefield was thinking about picking it up. And it was just a great bunt. Great
really,
placement.
yeah.
And that would have been a very tough throw for Rogers if he had barehanded it, but instead Zarate reaches first.
And he ran pretty well down that first base line. Here's Josh Rose, the right fielder. First pitch is outside, ball 1. 283, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. He's from Utah, college teammate of the Hunters, Hunter Rodriguez and Hunter Simmons. Stubblefield with a check on Zarate at first. Third baseman Rogers is playing in on the grass. I think he's expecting a bunt. Quick throw, tag, save. That was close.
One advantage of being a lefty and pitcher, Stubblefield doesn't even have to rotate his body around. He can just step and throw.
He can just flick it. 1-0. Upstairs, 2-0. It's kind of like he's just standing there like he is right now. And when he sets and he's kind of looking at third, he sets. Next thing you know, it just flicks and you don't even see it. 2-0, swing and a miss, 2-1. Panichone and Senzel, shortstop and second baseman. The middle of the middle of the dirt. Infield dirt. Pitch. Little outside, 3-1. One run on 4 hits, no errors for the Oilers. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Miners. 3-1. Inside, ball 4. First walk given up by Stubblefield. Now 2 on with a runner in scoring position and 1 out
Up next
for
the
Jake Sandlin.
Peninsula Oilers center fielder number 5, Jake Sandlin.
Sandlin singled, reached second on a wild pitch, and scored on an RBI single for Miles Jones. Only Oiler to cross home plate. Decker playing behind the runner at first. First pitch from Stubblefield. And there's a strike. 0-1.
Wind kind of picking up out there in the outfield. See the flags moving a little bit more than earlier in the game.
Clouds covering the sun. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Big cut. Sandlin was going for that right center field gap. Wish I could draw it. We know that there's some sort of tool that we can use to do that. Didn't have time to test that. We're going to have to test that out. 0-2 on Sandlin. Stubblefield steps off. Tyler Stubblefield from Texas A&M pitched a complete game on June 1st in the regionals against Texas. 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. The tag. He's out. 2-6 double play turned by Meyer and Paul Panachone, and that ends the inning. The Oilers strand a runner at first base. No runs on 1 hit and no errors as we head to the bottom half of the second on the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
Smith.
Drake Zerotic thrown out 2-6 at second base. After the strikeout of Sandlin. Tyler Stubblefield out of a jam. Here's Brandon Smith. First pitch, and there's a strike. Smith, 0 for 4 yesterday. Checks in at 224, no home runs and 7 RBIs. 0-1 from DeVries. Hard grounder to the left side. Third baseman Jones has it, throws across the diamond. Scooped at first, but the first baseman McGill can't hold on. Call that an error. Error on the first baseman McGill.
Second baseman number 13, Nick Senzel.
And here comes the birthday boy, Nick Senzel.
Is he turning 18 or 19 or 20?
I
think it's 19. He's a freshman, right?
How old did you turn? When's your birthday?
November. Well, it
This is a
depends if
tough
he's
one.
a young kid in the
This is a
class or an
tough
old
one.
kid
This
in the
is a tough
class.
one. First pitch to him, it's a strike. Senzel, 1 for 4 with a home run, scored 2 runs and had 2 RBIs yesterday. He's hit a home run in each of his last 3 games. 0-1. A little high. 1-1. See, I was born in April, and I'm always kind of just in the middle.
Yeah.
I turned 20 going in. No, I don't remember. High fly ball to right. That's foul.
I turned 20 the sophomore year.
Yeah, I
21
did too,
junior
because I
year.
turned 21 my junior year. Okay, so I turned 19. He's probably 19. Maybe. Have to ask him.
Should probably
Probably
find
have to
that
ask
out.
him. 1 and 2 on Senzel. 246, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Low and away, ball 2. We've seen Senzel pretty much everywhere on the infield.
Yeah, I was supposed to say not the outfield.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
or pitching.
Hasn't caught either. It's been the DH. Seen him at third. Seen him at second. We've seen him at first. 2-2 from DeVries. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout for the lefty from Appalachian State. And there's 1 down here in the second. I'll bring up Nick Blazer. He's hit in 7 of the 8 games he's appeared in. 308, no home runs, 3 RBIs. Blazer from Cal State Northridge. Still getting that mixed up with UC Santa Barbara. I
Yeah.
don't know how.
I get the UC and the Cal State mixed up.
Yeah, that's probably it.
A lot of Cali kids.
First pitch, and there a strike. We've also kind of mixed up blue and green and red.
A little bit, yep.
Get that checked out. 0-1 on Nick Senzel, on Blazer. The throw to first, the throw to second, and they got him. Brandon Smith caught stealing. 2 away. Call that a 1-3-4. But Ben Taylor doesn't agree with that. He's going to chat first base field umpire, Tim Davis.
From this view, it looked pretty clean. He was out.
Yeah.
Looks like he went a little too early before DeVries, did the wind-up and everything.
Not much of an argument from Ben Taylor. Now he's going to talk with the home plate umpire, Ralph Wilcott. And now Sean Winston talking with the first base umpire. I don't think BT's very happy. Josh Meyer on deck. Nick Blazer, the batter. Ben Taylor making his way back to third base coaching box. 0-1 on Blazer. A lot of fans here. This is a very good crowd.
Yeah.
This might be the best we've seen
It's a beautiful day for some baseball.
all season. 0-1, little outside, 1-1. I forget what the season high is in attendance. I think it's 8 something.
I can check that out.
1-1, check swing. They will check it first. Didn't go. 2-1. 2 outs in the inning. Brandon Smith reached on an error. He was caught stealing. Pitch from DeVries, and there's a strike. 2-2.
I believe it was 872 is the
872.
high.
Okay.
That was back on the 19th against the Pilots.
2-2 outside. Zarate, the catcher, set up outside. It's a full count on Nick Blazer. I think Nick Blazer has one of the most unique Twitter handles. 3-2. Hard grounder foul behind Ben Taylor at third. It's Blay_Sir. And there's a number, I think. Very creative.
Yeah.
Mine's just my name.
Mine is Emma Teeds.
Very creative. 3-2 lifted to right. Rose back a couple steps. Still going back. Can't find the ball. Has it, though, for out number 3. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and nobody left on. We are through 2. Oilers lead the Miners 1-0 on the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
Back here at Herman Brothers, I am Emma Tiedemann alongside Austin Pollock. Here at the top of the third, the Oilers still lead 1-0 over the Miners. Tyler Stubblefield at the mound and due up for the Oilers, Jordan Sanford, Ethan McGill, and Miles Jones. First up, Jordan Sanford, the left fielder. First pitch by Stubblefield, a little low and outside, ball 1. Stubblefield through 2 innings so far has given up 1 run, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts. That's in there for a strike to Sanford. Sanford hitting .269 with 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and 1 double. Flew out to center in the first inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Little low, ball 2. Josh Meyer, the Miner, doing the catching tonight for the Miners. Here's the 2-1 pitch by Stubblefield. Swung on, foul down the first base side. 2-2 count now.
More fans still coming in. I think this might be the biggest crowd.
Oh, by far, I think.
There are also people just behind the bleachers walking around. I don't know what it's like on the third base side.
2-2 pitch. Swung on, high fly ball into center field. Going back for it is Frost. Still running back there. Backpedals and makes the catch. 1 away now for the Miners. It brings up Ethan McGill, first baseman. As Josh Meyer chats with Stubblefield just in front of the mound.
For the Oilers, first baseman number 28, Ethan McGill.
McGill had a single in the first inning, reached second, and then was left on base after Stubblefield retired 2 by the way of the K to end the first inning. First pitch to the lefty, inside, ball 1. McGill hitting .176, but has 9 RBIs and 2 doubles. Frost playing a little bit to our left, deep center, left center field. 1-0 pitch, and there for strike 1. The infield with Panichone and Sinzel just on the outfield grass, just right on the edge of it. Rogers and Decker. Well, Decker's playing a little bit back too. 1-0 pitch, a little outside, ball 2. Smith playing a little over to the right also. Newell straight away in right field. 2-1 pitch, big swing by McGill, and that's strike 2. Stubblefield looking a lot more comfortable now this third inning than he did in the first and the second.
And it's the top of the Oilers lineup that's given him a little bit of trouble.
2-2 pitch, outside, ball 3. Now full count for McGill. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 away here in the top of the first.
It's also important to remember this is only a 7-inning game.
3-2 pitch, fouled back.
So the Miners, although they love that late inning Miner magic, which would probably be, the 8th, 9th inning, got to score earlier here in this game and game 2. That's also a 7-inning game.
3-2 pitch. And that's ball 4. And I think Meyer thought that was a strikeout. Might have to, surprised no one's checking the swing. He came around a little bit, but they're going to call that as ball 4. And McGill now at first base brings up third baseman Miles Jones. Jones, the right-handed batter.
I think it's when runners get on that Stubblefield gets a little nervous and a little, not wild, but his mind drifts somewhere else.
First pitch, low, ball 1.
It's like multitasking. You have to focus on the runner, and you also want to focus on the hitter.
And base runners were not really a big problem last time we saw Stubblefield. Had a lot of strikeouts in that last showing. 1-0 pitch, in there for strike 1. McGill with a lead off of first. Jones hitting .333, has 6 RBIs and 3 doubles. Had a single in his last at bat. Here's the 1-1 pitch, outside, high and outside, ball 2.
This is also a different game for Stubblefield. The last time he pitched, there was about an hour of a rain delay, and then there was about a half-hour delay when they were changing umpires. He went 5 innings and struck out 11. Ben Taylor had said he would have gone longer, but it's just so many delays and just a lot of times. Can only stay loose for so long.
2-1 pitch, swung on. Slow roller down the third base side, picked up by Meyer, makes the throw to first. Decker can't catch it. And we have now 2 runners on at first and second. And that brings up Alex Urbanowitz, the shortstop this afternoon.
Next, for the Oilers,
Urbanowitz, the shortstop,
14,
and was struck
Alex
out in the first inning. Was the first strikeout for Stubblefield. Lefty versus lefty. Runners on first and second here in the top of the third. Here's the first pitch. Big swing and strike one.
Third baseman Rogers playing almost in on the grass. Still standing on the dirt. Like two or three steps from that grass.
Stubblefield looks back at second. Here's the throw. Inside, ball one. Banowitz hitting .209. Has 3 RBIs. No doubles, no home runs.
There are a lot of
Sets, here's the throw. Another big swing for strike two.
I was just gonna say there are a lot of people here.
There are. Can hear it in the crowd mic. It's very exciting.
Yeah, Emma, good job. It was Emma's idea to change the location of the crowd mic, so we should send a nice thank you to her.
You're welcome. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Also working on the camera location. But
Yeah,
that'll
was
be a little
bit-
while.
That was a little bit of a struggle. Everyone should have seen her. She was out. There's this metal. What do you call this thing?
It's the roof that's over the kind of grandstand, I guess, below us. There are
Yeah.
seats below us. It's the 1-2 pitch. Inside, ball three. And there's, which you can clearly see on the video feed, that there's a chain link fence. And so I was hoping to put the camera out in the fence, but I swear that wire was 2 inches too short.
If
And we're gonna look into that and go to Target, I believe. 2-2 pitch. Try and get a little USB extension wire. Those exist. Those have to.
Oh yeah. We're also going to deal with the camera problem.
The video camera, yes.
Yes. It's been a rough. It's been a rough afternoon.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Ground ball to Senzel, the second baseman. Quick flip to Panachone at second. Makes the throw to first for the 4-6-3 double play. As we head to the bottom of the third, the Miners still trail the Oilers 1-0. You're listening to the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Josh Meyer leading things off for the Miners here in the bottom of the third inning. Miners trail 1-0 behind the Peninsula Oilers.
It's kind of a mouthful. It's not a lot of letters. It's a mouthful though.
First pitch to Meyer, fouls one back for strike one.
Probably a little bit of a mouthful because we never played them.
Swung on, ground ball to the shortstop. Backhand by Rubanowitz makes the long throw to first, and that is one away for the Miners.
That was hit very hard.
It was, and it was a great play by the shortstop for Banowitz.
Yeah, picked it on the backhand.
Backhanded it and made that. It's a long throw to beat Meyer running down that first base line. So that's one away here in the bottom of the third, bringing up Jordan Rogers. Rogers at third base tonight. First pitch by DeVries. Shows bunt, pulls back. Little high, ball one. 1-0 pitch by DeVries. Swung on, fly ball into center field. That'll get down for a base hit. And the tying run now at first for the Miners. Perfect timing because that puts us back at the top of the order. And Cameron Frost. Frost had a fly out to right field. His last at bat in the first inning, swung at the very first pitch.
Now up for the Miners, center fielder, number 22,
Frost hitting .386. Frost is also the leading run with the tying run at first and Rogers. Still only one out here in the bottom of the third. First pitch, strike one. I was a little surprised Frost didn't swing at that one. I was kind of expecting that. 0-1 pitch, outside, ball one. And the catcher tonight, Zarate, took that, or caught the pitch and looked down the first base line to see if he could catch Rogers a little too far off the bag. Instead, throws it back to his pitcher, DeVries.
Frost checked in fourth in the league in hitting.
Throw to first. Rogers is safe.
Later is Newell at 444, then Andy Crowley of the Bucks at 441, Mark Kruger third at 429, and then Cameron Frost.
Frost at 386. Check swing. Says he doesn't go around. That's ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike. Frost 2 home runs, 11 RBIs, 7 doubles, 3 triples. Frost had a home run last night against the Chinooks. 2-1 pitch, foul back, strike 2.
It's his speed that helps him get those triples. He's also just an excellent, excellent leadoff hitter. I think when you imagine a leadoff hitter, think a guy who's got speed, who can hit for contact, maybe power here and there. And it's Cameron Frost. I mean, really, he's that picture-perfect guy.
Runner goes at first. Again, too early. Throw to first, then to the shortstop, Rabanowitz. And Rabanowitz able to tag Rogers out at second. And that is a second caught stealing situation with the 1-3-6 out. And the Miners base runners just having a rough time of it. Or the Oilers, on the other hand, just able to read the steal.
Yeah, it's DeVries. It's the lefty. He just sees it out of the corner of his eye.
Dropper down the first base side. And that is McGill who fields it, puts his foot on the bag, and that is out number 3. As we head to the top of the fourth, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Top of the fourth inning, the Miners trailed the Oilers 1-0. Top of the fourth, and Tyler Stubblefield still on the mound for the Miners. Through 3 innings, Tyler has given up 1 run, 4 hits, and has struck out 3. First batter he faces is Jeff Paskey, designated hitter, was struck out in the first inning. Stubblefield takes a deep breath, gets a sign from Meyer. Here's pitch. Swung on, ground ball down the third base side. Into the glove of Rogers, makes the throw to first, and that is one away.
Good start to the inning for Stubblefield.
Next up, A.J. Hernandez, second baseman.
Now up for the
He
Oilers,
grounded out to Jordan Rogers in the second inning.
A.J. Hernandez.
Hernandez checks in at .316 with 1 home run, 11 RBIs, 4 doubles. Hernandez, a lefty. First pitch by Stubblefield. In there for strike 1.
Hernandez from UNLV. Nevada, Las Vegas. I love Las Vegas.
I've never been. 1-0 pitch. Little low ball one.
I went and I wasn't 21, but we're actually there. It was really just a long layover.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was like a 8-hour layover. Got to experience it, see what I'll be able to do now that I am 21. It's like fun.
2-0 pitch. Catches that outside corner for strike 2. Two balls, 1 strike, and 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Miners trail 1-0 against the Oilers from Kenai. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fly ball. Down the third base side goes foul.
Miners will be in Kenai next weekend. Saturday. Friday and Saturday.
Stubblefield gets the pitch from Meyer. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball back to Stubblefield over his glove. Panachone picks it up, makes the throw to first. And what a play by Panachone. Looked like it kind of rolled up and he had to, it rolled off of his glove and he had barehanded catch it over his shoulder and still made the throw.
Well, what I think happened was, you're right. It rolled into his glove, took a hop on the heel of the glove, popped out, and he barehanded it.
Great play. And still made the throw.
Yeah.
In time. Brings up Drake Zarate. Letters kind of turning into one there. Playing Zarate doing the catching tonight. Had a single in the first. And then was part of a 2-6 put out situation, I guess you could say.
It's better to jumble a name than to jumble colors, I can tell you that.
That is very true. First pitch by Stubblefield. High fly ball in the infield, being foul territory, but Jordan Rogers going for it, makes the catch. And that is a 3-up, 3-down inning for Tyler Stubblefield and the Matsu Miners. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on as we head to the bottom of the 4th. The Miners trail the Oilers 1-0. You're listening to the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Back here at the bottom of the 4th inning at Herman Brothers Field, starting things off for the Miners, shortstop Paul Panachone. Panachone had a great play at shortstop in the top of the fourth. First pitch a little low for ball one. Panachone grounded out in his first at-bat in the first inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And there for strike one. Panachone coming in, hitting .313 with no home runs, 11 RBIs, 7 doubles, and 1 triple. Here's the pitch. High fly ball into right field. Going back for it is Rose, the right fielder, and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. So one away for Cam Newell, the right fielder. Had a single in the first, stole second. It was part of a 6-4-3 out.
The right fielder, number 14, Cam Newell.
Newell, the lefty.
Only lefty in the Miners lineup in game one.
Shortstop and second baseman playing on the outfield grass. The first pitch by DeVries, a little low for ball one.
There are actually only 3 lefties on the roster. The bat lefty. Actually 2. One's a switch hitter.
1-0 pitch in the dirt, ball two.
Do you know who the switch hitter is? You can cheat if you want.
Is it Conley?
No.
Panachone?
No. Johnny Loker.
Loker. Of course it is. Swung on, foul back.
Of course it is.
That kid does it all.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen him switch hit, though.
No.
Not yet.
No. He's had 16 at-bats.
2-1 pitch to Newell. And there for strike two.
He's been out of the lineup for a couple days, but he's going to be back.
Possibly be back in the second game lineup. But of course we don't have that yet, so we don't know.
Took batting practice today.
And they're a little high for ball three. Now full count for Cam Newell.
Did you say you talked to Johnny
Yes,
after
I
batting
did.
practice? How do you feel?
Great. 3-2 pitch inside ball four. And that is the first walk of the game for Dallas DeVries. That brings up Matt Decker, the first baseman.
Your first baseman, number 28, Matt Decker.
Decker had a single at his first at bat in the first inning.
Notice that Matt Decker just kind of takes a big, deep breath right before the first pitch of the at-bat.
He does every single time. First pitch by DeVries, a little high and outside, ball one.
Works for him.
I'd say so. He's had a home run in a recent game. Some great RBIs.
Had a single in the first.
Swung on and another single. That'll get down in right center or left center field. Excuse me. That's at the wall, going back for to Sanford. And Panachone will stop at third. And Panachone actually heads into home. And that's actually Cam Newell. And Matt Decker with an RBI double here in the top of the fourth, and things are tied up. And did Vin Taylor, the third base coach, tell him to stop and he kept
Nope.
running?
Nope.
Okay, I thought he said this. I thought it said to stop, but Matt Decker with a great hit into left center field at the wall, made it into second by the time that the ball was pretty much picked up by the left fielder Sanford. Newell rounded third and scored the tying run now, bottom of the fourth. And that is Brandon Smith at the plate now for the Miners. Smith reached on an error in the second inning and was caught stealing. Smith,
Matt Decker found the perfect part of the ballpark in left center.
Smith ground ball into center field. That'll be a base hit. And Decker rounds third, head into home. Here's the throw and able to score the leading run now for the Miners. And it's an RBI single for Brandon Smith. The Miners just do not like being down.
Absolutely not. Brandon Smith, a great job, stayed patient, waited for that pitch right up the middle. It's good hit location for the Miners. Decker and now Smith.
And that brings up Nick Senzel, the second baseman. Senzel has hit a home run in each of the past 3 games. struck out in the second inning, was the first strikeout for DeVries. Sounds like there's an upset child
It's okay.
in the crowd, Mike. First pitch, swung on, ground ball to the second baseman. Hernandez flips it to Rubanowitz. The shortstop tags second, throws the first, and it is a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. But the damage has been done as the Miners score 2 here off of 2 hits. No errors and one left on base. So we head to the top of the 5th. The Miners now lead the Oilers 2-1. You're listening to the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
Two runs and 2 hits for the Miners. They take the lead 2-1 as we start the 5th inning here in Palmer. Austin Pollock with Emma Tiedemann to my right as always. RBI double. And a single. Called strike to Josh Rose. There's an RBI double for Decker and a single for Smith. 0-1 pitch from Stubblefield to Rose. Little outside, but it's a called strike. 0-2. Rose walked in the second. Stubblefield sets, takes a deep breath, kicks. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fourth strikeout for Tyler Stubblefield, and there's 1 out in the 5th. Rose chased a fastball. Back to the top for the Oilers, Jake Sandlin and Jordan Sanford. Sandlin 1 for 2. Single and scored in the first, struck out in the second. Meyer out to talk to Stubblefield about halfway between the mound and home plate. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 errors for the Oilers. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Miners. Miners don't like being down. Trailed 1-0 the start of the 4th. Jake Sandlin from Georgia College. First pitch from Stubblefield. Slap foul and into left field, a base hit. Sandlin with a wide turn at first. That brings up Jordan Sanford. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out to the center fielder Frost both times, once in the first, once in the third. Sanford from East Tennessee State. Runner on first, 1 out. Miners lead 2-1. First pitch swing lined up the middle, but it's taken by the second baseman. Senzel steps in the back, throws to first. It's a 4-3 double play, and it's still 2-1 Miners. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. We head to the bottom half of the inning on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Miners lead 2-1.
Fifth inning stretch provided by Allstate Insurance. Thanks to Cindy Heel.
Miners lead the Oilers 2-1 as we start the bottom of the fifth inning. Nick Blazer, Josh Meyer, Jordan Rogers, 7, 8, and 9 against Dallas DeVries. Both pitchers, DeVries and Stubblefield, have been pretty solid. First pitch to Blazers, a little high, ball one. Blazer flew out to right in the second inning. Chopper to the left side, foul over by Ben Taylor, the third base coach and head coach. We're hearing about a 30 to 45 minute wait time between game one and game two. This has been a very quick game, though.
It has. It's been entertaining for sure.
1-1 breaking ball in the inside corner, but it's too far inside. Ball two. 2-1. It is 5:05. 2-1. Slap to the right side, foul out of play. And if that foul ball did damage to your car, visit our friends at Napa Auto Parts, locations in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. 2-2 on Blazer. DeVries kicks, fires. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Zarate has to chase after it. He will throw down to first and get Blazer. That's the second strikeout for Dallas DeVries. One away in the fifth. Brings up Josh Meyer, the catcher. He grounded out to short and third. Meyer from Grand Canyon. First pitch from DeVries. Chopped foul, third base side. 0-1. DeVries sets. Gets the sign from Zarate. Kicks. Pitch to Meyer. Little outside, 1-1. See, a lot of catchers do that. Zarate's right leg was sort of kicked outside. Pitch lifted out to deep center. Going back is Sandlin. It's off the wall. Meyer rounds first, heads to second. Sandlin picks up the ball, throws it in. Meyer heading to third. The throw in. He is in there safely. One out triple for Josh Meyer. That went all the way to the wall. Just kind of stuck under that BP side for a little while, and Sandlin not happy with himself. Maybe he bobbled it out there, had a hard time picking it up. And Meyer actually belly flopped into third base.
And that's, what, the second or third time tonight we have seen Miners batters hit that left center field area, and that just seems to be the place to hit it between Sanford and Sandlin and then get those extra bases.
First pitch to Rogers in the dirt, stopped by Zarate. Infield is in. First baseman McGill, second baseman Hernandez, shortstop Rubanowitz, and Miles Jones, the third baseman. If there's a ground ball, I would think they're going to look at third to see what Meyer's doing. 1-0 to Rogers inside and briefly gets away from Zarate. It's 2-0. One away. Miners lead the Oilers 2-1 in the bottom of the fifth. Remember, this is a 7-inning game. It's been a quick one. I just said it was 7:05. It's now 7:08. 2-0 breaking ball, swing and a miss, 2-1.
It's 5:08.
What did I say?
7:08.
All right, something's not right here. You know what? I'm so used to saying 7. 5:08. These are just two very silly mistakes I made. 2-1. Line foul right back at us. But yesterday there was a foul ball off the bat. I think it was Hunter Simmons,
Yeah.
and that was very close. Was it yesterday or the day before?
I think it was yesterday.
And then I think Blazer had one the day before.
Yeah.
2-2 on Rogers. Infield in. Outfield straight away. DeVries sets, kicks. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, but stays alive, fouls it off. Still 2-2. I think Rogers just got a piece of that. Stays alive, 2-2. 2-1 Miners. The 2-2. Swing and a fly ball to right center. Rose comes in and right center makes the catch. Meyer is tagging the high throw, the slide, the tag. He's safe. 3-1 Miners. Sacrifice fly for Jordan Rogers. There's 2 outs. RBI for Rogers. Back to the top for Cameron Frost. He's 0 for 2. First pitch from DeVries, in there for a strike. Frost flew out to right in the first, grounded out to third in the third. Grounded out to first in the third. 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. Two runs in the fourth, 1 in the fifth. 1-1. Ripped to left center. It's down for a base hit. Up against the wall. Frost rounds first, heads to second. He'll round second, head to third. The throw in. Belly flop in. Another triple. 2 triples in the inning for the Miners. And this time it's Cameron Frost, his first hit of the night.
Wow, and that is the 4th triple in the season for Cameron Frost.
He just kept going, and it was just the same spot. A little to the left of that BP sign.
And Sam, the center fielder, must be exhausted by now.
Well, it's not even that. I think he's had a hard time picking up the ball. Pitch high to Paul Penichon, ball 1. I saw you laugh. You were laughing when I was, I said that he belly flopped into third.
I know, because
That's what it is, though.
it kind of is, yeah.
Fly ball to right. Rose makes the catch for out number 3. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 man left on. 3-1 Miners as we head to the 6th on the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
Back here at the top of the 6th inning for the Miners. And what a bottom of the 5th. 2 triples, 1 by Frost, 1 by Meyer. And a sac fly by Rogers for an RBI. Meyer home. Miners lead 3-1 over the Oilers, and Tyler Stubblefield still on the mound for the Miners. First pitch in there for strike one.
If you don't follow us on Twitter, go ahead and follow us at ABL Miners. Emma's been tweeting away today.
Been trying to get better at that. Fouls one back, strike two.
Yeah, we struggled a little early. We were averaging like maybe, 6 tweets a game. It's hard when we're home to do our own scoring, control everything, tweet,
And do the official
and do
score.
the official scoring.
0-2 pitch by Stubblefield. Inside ball one.
But great job.
Thank you. I think last night we had about 20 tweets during the game.
I think we counted 19.
19? Dang.
I may have missed one. There are so many I haven't really been heads up. My colors and numbers have been off. My math with the time.
1-2 pitch, big swing, and that is strike number 3 for Ethan McGill, and the 5th strikeout of the game for Tyler Stubblefield.
And Stubblefield was a little shaky in that first inning. As you see, Jordan Rogers came behind the mound to meet Stubblefield and just gave him a hug.
That brings up Miles Jones, the third baseman. And in the 5th inning, Tyler Stubblefield started out with a strikeout, and it was a 3-up, 3-down inning. Now again in the 6th inning, starting with a strikeout. First pitch swung on by Miles Jones, foul down the first base side. Jones comes in hitting .333. 2 for 2 tonight, though, or this afternoon, I guess, still, with 2 singles. 0-1 pitch. Big swing, strike 2.
Miners have won 5 straight. They lead 3-1 here in the top of the 6th.
No balls and 2 strikes for Jones. Here's the pitch. Little inside for ball 1. Miners lead 3-1 here at the top of the 6th. One away here. The 1-2 pitch by Stubblefield to Jones. Big swing, and that's another strike. And the 3rd strikeout. 3rd strike and the 2nd strikeout of this inning. And the 6th strikeout of the game for Tyler Stubblefield. And I think he's definitely feeling it here in the 6th inning now.
Oh, there's no question about it. He feels great out there. And one of the benefits for him is the number of lefties in this Oilers lineup.
And brings up Alex Rubanowitz, 0 for 2 tonight, this afternoon. First pitch swung on, fouled back for strike 1.
See, the time screws you up a little bit, doesn't it?
It's the combination of the time and the light, because it's this light outside at like 8 o'clock too. So
Always.
Yeah.
11 o'clock.
0-1 pitch. Swings, ground ball down the first base side, and Matt Decker, the first baseman, has it, and it's another 3-up, 3-down inning for Tyler Stubblefield and the Matsu Miners. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, the Miners lead the Oilers 3-1. You are listening to the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Cam Newell to lead things off for the Miners here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Top of the 6th, very strong inning again for the Miners. 3 up, 3 down, and 2 strikeouts for Tyler Stubblefield. And on the mound still for the Oilers is Dallas DeVries. Faces Cam Newell. First pitch, fouled back for strike one.
Seems like every game for the Miners, there's a different part of the order that's most productive. Sometimes it's the top, sometimes it's the middle, sometimes it's the bottom. I'd say for tonight it's been that middle of the lineup. Matt Decker, Cam Newell, Matt Decker, Brandon Smith. Josh Meyer is a triple.
0-1 pitch, high ball one. In the fifth inning, Blazer was struck out to lead things off, but then Meyer had a triple. Then Rogers had a sac fly to right field, and Meyer scored the run. Frost, and this hits Newell here in the bottom of the sixth, and puts Newell on base at first. And brings up Matt Decker. Matt Decker has had a single and a double so far this afternoon. Scored a run in the fourth inning in his last at bat. Miners lead 3-1 over the Oilers as Decker takes a deep breath before he steps in the batter's box. First pitch swung on, foul down the first base side, strike one. Decker enters this afternoon hitting .273 with 1 home run, 5 RBIs, and 2 doubles. And make that 3 doubles now that scored had one in the fourth. This one's ball 1 for Decker. Decker out of Stanford. He's a Stanford Cardinal. 1-1 pitch. Big swing for strike two.
But Syracuse still the real SU.
Okay.
We're gonna, you know what? During the break, in between games, I'll look and see, get this taken care of.
Well, I'll tell you, there's only one Mizzou. That's our motto. 1-2 pitch, swung on, foul down the third base side.
That is so creative.
And true.
And true.
No one can debate that. But there can be debate between the SUs.
Yes.
There's no debating. There's only one
I
Mizzou.
don't think I've heard about any other ones.
Well, they came out with the one Mizzou logo and everything. 1-2 pitch, swung on, foul again. They came in with the one Mizzou phrase after the tornado in Joplin, and a lot of the student athletes, a lot of the football team players, and a lot of the students went down to Joplin to help out, and other parts of Missouri that was affected, and that's how they came up with one Mizzou. So it plays in both ways.
People wondering what's going on with the video. We're not sure. Oh, it's just very blurry. In between games, we'll see. We'll try to look into that. Hopefully, I have a better one for you in game 2.
1-2 pitch, swung on, fouled down the third base side for the third time now by Matt Decker. Cam Newell, who was hit by a pitch to lead things off, still at first base with a lead. 1-2 pitch, outside ball 2. Newell stole base in the first inning, stole second after his single, then was part of a 6-4-3 out. Even count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled down the first base side now.
Actually, looking at when we look at the video from the where the camera's connected to, it always looks better than it actually is, and it looks pretty bad. We're gonna look into that in between games. We apologize.
2-2 pitch in the dirt. Now full count for Decker.
Try to clean off the lens. Maybe readjust it. Try a couple different things.
3-2 pitch. Runner goes at first. And another foul ball for Decker.
It's been a 9-pitch at-bat.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes, and a runner on first. That's Cam Newell for the Miners. No outs here at the bottom of the 6th. The Miners lead 3-1. 3-2 pitch. Swung on. Foul again down the first base side.
That foul ball did damage to your car. Visit the folks at Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. Something I noticed here in Alaska, a lot of cracked windshields.
That's inside ball 4. Now 2 runners on, first and second for the Miners. And including the van that we drive has a cracked windshield.
I think
That's a little
it's
ding.
got 2 little dings.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that too. And now after the hit by pitch and the walk, we're going to have a pitching change for the Oilers. And we'll take a short break and bring you the new player and all his fun statistics right after this. New pitcher on the mound for the Peninsula Oilers. That is Tyler Gibson, the Sooner out of the University of Oklahoma. DeVries, final line on him, 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 3 runs. All of those were earned. At the plate, Brandon Smith. First pitch by Gibson. Low and in the dirt, ball 1.
Gibson 1-0 with a 2.84 earned run average. This is his 8th appearance. He started 2 games. 16 strikeouts in 19 innings. Last pitch on the 25th got the win against the Bucks.
Smith rips one into center, and Sandlin, the center fielder, there to make the catch. And that is 1 away for the Oilers. Brings up Nick Senzel,
The birthday boy.
the birthday boy, 0 for 2 tonight. Had a strikeout in the second, then was part of a 4-6-3 double play.
Back to Gibson. Gave up 2 runs. 1 was earned on 5 hits. Went 7 innings against the Bucks. That was the win on the 25th. Struck out 4.
Righty versus righty. Runner goes at first and second. Throw down to third. Newell safe at third. Decker safe at second. And another double steal play that the Miners execute. And we saw a double steal, yesterday. And the Miners, we talked about this a little bit yesterday too. Miners try that double steal quite a bit, and they're, I would say, 90% accurate with it, with the stealing both bases. That's in there for strike 1.
Something that makes Ben Taylor and his coaching staff so great is they try to do things that maybe guys aren't expecting, like double steals. They happen, but it's not obviously as common as just one guy stealing.
0-2 pitch. Swing and ground ball to the shortstop. Throw home and throws out Cam Newell. Be a 6-2 fielder's choice because Nick Senzel able to reach first.
And now up on the Matsu Miners, the designated hitter.
So that is now 2 away for the Oilers, and a very heads-up play by Rubanowitz, the shortstop, to throw home instead of first to make sure that Newell doesn't score the 4th run for the Miners. Brings up Nick Blazer now, the designated hitter, 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. First pitch by Gibson. Low, ball 1. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Herman Brothers. The sun is still out. And wind still very calm. Beautiful day here in Palmer. About 70 degrees. Crowd still out for this doubleheader. Pitch outside, ball 2. Miners with a little bit of a comeback in the 4th and 5th innings. They were down 1-0 heading into the 4th, scored 2 runs. That was Newell and Decker. And then Meyer scored off of a triple in the 5th. Now they lead 3 runs to 1. Now here's the 2-0 pitch as Gibson steps off. 2 balls, no strikes to Blazer at the plate. And it is Decker at second, Senzel at first. Decker reached on the walk, Senzel on the fielder's choice. Here's the 2-0 pitch, swung on, foul back for strike 1. And Sandlin, the center fielder, playing a little bit shallow, a little bit to our right. We saw a lot of Miners batters hit into that left center field gap at the wall, and that was the case of Frost, who has a triple, and Meyer, who had a triple, both in the same inning, in the 5th inning. 2-1 pitch. Blazer fouls this one off again, and that's strike 2.
I just asked about the attendance. How many people do you think? You have a guess?
950.
950?
What is it?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
I was asking what you thought. I'd say right around there. I would agree. 950.
Yeah, 950. Maybe 1,000?
Maybe 1,000.
2-2 pitch to Blazer. Little low, ball 3. Telling you, this Palmer and Matsu community just loves their baseball, especially on a day like this.
Yeah, and Pete and Denise Christopher do a great job.
They really do. Very family atmosphere. Everyone's so friendly.
Pete helps take care of the field himself.
Got here for over 4 hours yesterday. 3-2 pitch, swung on, ground ball into center field, and that'll be a base hit. Decker rounds third, heads into home. He will score his 2nd run of the game. Senzel stays at first, and Blazer with the RBI single. Miners now lead 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th.
Excellent piece of hitting for Blazer.
That brings up Josh Meyer, 1 for 2 tonight. Grounded out in the 3rd inning, then had a triple in the 5th and scored a run. Gibson takes a deep breath. Here's the pitch, and therefore strike 1. Meyer entered the game this afternoon, hitting .226 with 1 home run, 2 RBIs, 1 double, and now has a triple. 0-1 pitch by Gibson. Breaking ball, still a little high, ball 1.
I think we'll see Mitchell now behind the plate in game 2, or Matt Decker. I don't think Mitchell now. Get a fresh set of knees in there.
Senzel goes at second, and it'll be another double steal with Blazer stealing second, Senzel stealing third. And that was kind of interesting because Zarate, the catcher tonight, saw both of the players going, both of the runners, and just didn't throw. I would think he'd at least try and throw out Senzel at third.
Oh, he had a much better look at Senzel at third. Blazer kind of looked like he may have missed the sign and saw that maybe he should have been going.
It's a little low for ball 3 now.
I think maybe what had happened is he saw Senzel go to third, and then he thought, uh-oh, I got to go. Or he was watching Zarate and watched that he was focused on maybe going for Senzel, and then he took off. Or it was just a plain double steal.
3-1 pitch, and there for strike 2. Now full count for Meyer.
He didn't look like he had a good jump, though, at first.
No. That's why I saw Senzel go first,
Right.
and Then Blazer went in the second.
That's why I'm kind of explaining what I thought.
3-2 pitch. And that is strike 3. And we'll leave 2 men on. That's the first strikeout of the afternoon for Tyler Gibson. But 1 run scored on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. We head to the top of the 7th. The Miners lead the Oilers 4 runs to 1. You are listening to the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
Tyler Stubblefield going for the complete game. We start the top of the 7th. Miners lead 4-1. Remember, this is a 7-inning game, so this is the last inning.
Designated hitter number 20, Jeff Poshke.
Jeff Paschke, AJ Hernandez, Drake Zarate. Paschke 0 for 2. First pitch from Stubblefield. Swing and a fly ball to the right side. Foul out of play. That foul ball did damage to your car. Visit our friends at Napa Auto Parts, locations in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. 0-1. Low and in. 1-1. The sun making its way out. I can see my reflection in the window. Here we go again.
I thought it'd be different because it's a different time of day.
Nope. 1-1, low, 2-1. That might be. But it's, let's see if I have this right. 5:35. I think
Yes,
that's right.
That is correct.
That's good.
You can tell time again.
I'm glad.
Baby steps.
I was a little nervous. 2-1. Swing and a foul tip.
You can
Right
learn
by-
your colors and numbers later. As long as you know how
Right
to.
in between these two games. Once we
Yeah.
figure out the camera, let's do that.
All right, I'll teach you colors.
All right.
Obviously, your kindergarten teacher did not help you out
Oh, but
much.
she was great. I loved her.
No, she didn't teach you much, though. She's just a nice person.
That was
then.
a long time. That was almost 15 years ago. Swing and a miss. And that's strike 3. 1 away. 7th strikeout for Tyler Stubblefield. He seems so much better and more comfortable than he did in that first inning.
Definitely. And, you know, it's 3 up, 3 down in the 4th innings, 5th inning, and 6th inning. And 2 of those innings started with the strikeout. And I'm telling you, I think that's the thing with Tyler Stubblefield. He just has that confidence about him. The rest of the team is confident, and I think that just carries on the rest of the inning.
Yeah, it's a confidence booster for sure. First pitch is a strike to AJ Hernandez. Hernandez is a pair of groundouts, one in the 2nd, one in the 5th. Excuse me, in the 4th. Grounded out to 3rd, grounded out to short. Stubblefield sets, kicks, the pitch. Low and away. Ball 1-1-1. AJ Hernandez from UNLV. Pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2. Someone tossing in that Miners bullpen. Looks like Vince. It's not even the bullpen. It's just the foul ground.
Might be getting ready for the next game.
It might be. It's Vince Arobio, though, and Josh Morris are actually just playing catch. Sometimes it's fun to do that. 1-2. Grounder back up the middle. Panachone has it, throws to first, 2 away. That ball rolled up the mound and back. Stubblefield put his glove down, but just let his defense do the work. As Rogers just came in again from third and gave Stubblefield a hug. I'm telling you, this is a family.
It really is. You see them, at the different events like Yoga in the Park, which there's a video of on our YouTube page. You can check that out between games. They were just having a good time and enjoying themselves, and it's also nice to see that not all the Aggies are hanging out together, not all the guys from Grand Canyon. They're all talking together and very team atmosphere.
First pitch is a ball to Drake Zarate. 1 for 2. Same goes for the Tennessee guys. 1-0, and they're a called strike, 1-1. Sometimes it's just it's tough to get accustomed to a new atmosphere, environment, not just for the players, but for everybody. 1-1, foul tipped, it's 1-2. Tyler Stubblefield just a strike away from putting this one into the books. In the top of the 7th, the Miners lead the Oilers 4-1, 2 outs, base is empty. Corners in, Decker at first and Rogers at third. Stubblefield has the sign from Meyer, kicks, here it is. Ball little low and away, 2-2.
I was thinking that between Meyer and Stubblefield, that Stubblefield just put it away with a fastball, and that was a fastball. I guess it was a little low. I don't know.
I think it was a little low. I think just below the kneecaps.
I think Stubblefield thought it was a strike, though.
And he walked off the mound and has back to us. 2-2. Grounder to the right side. Nick Senzel has it in his glove. Throws to first, and the Miners take game 1, 4-1. Tyler Stubblefield, a complete game. Gave up 1 run. So in this doubleheader, we're going to do a very, very brief, and by brief we mean like 3-minute post-game show. We'll go to the break, and then we'll come back with you for game 2. So while we figure out our player of the game, there is no interview, there is no Taylor's Take, there is no player of the game interview for game 1. We will have a player of the game and Taylor's Take for game 2. When that one is over, and again, game 2 will start in about 30 to 45 minutes, so hang in there and we'll be back. We are going to close this video feed and start a new video feed. So this one will go away. A new one will come on in probably about 25 minutes, maybe a half hour. So just check for that. It will be labeled game 2. So let's talk about this. Tyler Stubblefield, just a excellent performance. Was shaky in that first inning, gave up a run, settled down, and hey, Dallas DeVries entered this game with unbelievable stats. He looked very good on paper. We saw him still looked very good until that 4th inning where things didn't seem to have a grip on everything.
Right, and I'd have to say that kind of moved into the 5th inning also. Decker had a double in the 4th. 2 runs were scored. Newell and Decker both scored in the 4th. Smith had a single. Then in the 5th, Meyer had a triple. Frost had a triple, and Meyer scored a run off of his triple. So, yeah, I think it just kind of went into the 5th inning. And then after 2 walks in a row hit by a pitch and then a walk in the 6th, we saw a pitching change in Tyler Gibson. Strong pitchers, but again, these Miners bats just able to outlast them.
Yeah, the bats, that's really what it was. I think that it was certainly Stubblefield. He went 7 innings, a complete game, and was excellent. But, hey, hats off to the bats. I mean, Matt Decker had a great game, and it was that middle of the order. Brandon Smith, everybody in that middle, probably around 3 through 6, 3 through 7, had a great game. Not to take anything away from the other guys, but team effort all the way around.
Definitely. And those bats, I was a little nervous, honestly, coming in, seeing the stats of DeVries and a lot of the other pitchers that could have relieved DeVries. But, I mean, these bats just show that they're very strong, and even if they face, kind of, I'm not going to say easier pitching against the Chinooks, but maybe pitching that they're used to and that they're comfortable with, then coming here and to seeing pitching they've never seen before by these Oilers, I thought they handled it great, and with a 4-1 win in the game one of this game two, this doubleheader, I think it was a pretty good start.
All right, so the Miners take game one, 4-1. Game two coming up. We're going to exit this feed and stay with us. We'll be back in just a little bit with game two of the doubleheader between the Peninsula Oilers and the Matsu Miners. Once again, the final score: the Miners take game one, 4-1.